Hello YouTube, Gamer Ninja here, and welcome to the first deck profile video I've done. Surprisingly enough, I'm not doing Gustos for a first time video. I'll save that for, uh, another day. That would take me quite some time. I love them too much. But, anyway, this is going to be what I call Gravekeeper Control, and it's a bit strange. I've been trying it out, and it's a lot of fun. You could trade out a couple of cards here and there for what might be more optimal cards, but I have a lot of fun with that, and that's the end goal of the game, right? Alright, to start off, we open up with Gravekeeper's Heretic. This card is unaffected by all other card effects so long as Necro Valley is on the field. It's just a good, really safe beat stick. It's an 1800 point beat stick, but unfortunately, it does not get any field bonus from Necro Valley, which is somewhat unfortunate. If it did get it, I'd definitely be running 3 of these things, somehow, some way. That would just be ridiculously strong. Next up we have 3 Gravekeepers Commandant. It's a searcher for Necro Valley, which is one of the most important cards of the deck, if not the most important card of the deck. Becomes a 2100 point beat stick. Not a whole lot else to say here. Gravekeeper's Assailant is a tech of mine. I really like this card. It lets me get over certain things. It becomes a 2k beat stick and a 2k wall when necessary. Really good card in my opinion. I personally run 2 Gravekeeper's Descendant. Again, you could up this up to 3 if you really want to. I find 2 to be just plenty without becoming dead. It's free destruction, combos really well with the next 2 monsters, and it becomes a 2k beat stick under Necro Valley. Not a whole lot else to say here. 3 Gravekeeper Spy. It's a searcher. It searches out everything that you could possibly want. Searches out your Descendant, searches out your Assailant, searches out your Recruiter. It's ridiculous. It becomes a 2k point, 1700 attack point monster, a 2500 point defensive wall under Necro Valley. And it's a level 4. It's just a ridiculously good card. There's not a whole lot else to say about that. Then I run 3 Gravekeeper Recruiter. Hand advantage is always nice. Searches out everything that Spy doesn't. It even becomes a 2k wall under Necro Valley. Necro Valley is ridiculously important in case you can't tell. Next up we have Dark Hole because Dark Hole. Then we have Royal Tribute. Royal Tribute, first turn, is ridiculously hilarious, especially if you're up against monster heavy decks like Synchrons. I've made people discard their entire hands turn 1. And I have Necro Valley out, a monster on the field, usually Descendant or a Spy, and it usually leads to game. This card can win games. It can become dead late game, but being able to just discard your opponent's entire hand turn 1 is just too good not to run. I run 3 Pot of Duality. You don't really special summon too much. Just make sure you remember that you can't use Spy with this, and you'll be fine. I run 2 Gravekeeper Stell. Oops. We don't run a whole lot of monsters. We run only 13. So being able to get them back into our hand is ridiculously important for when we're trying to stall out for something. What the biggest boon is that it can be used with Necro Valley. So that's really, really nice. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. No one likes running into mirror forces and dimensional prisons. Why not get rid of them altogether? I run 1 Book of Moon. Good, versatile card. Works really well with Spy. All that fun stuff. I'm testing this to Kaiser Coliseum because if you can run Kaiser Coliseum and you're not sure what else to run Kaiser Coliseum for hilarity. This card is ridiculous. You drop a Keymaster Beetle and then you activate this. You have a 2500 point beat stick that's protected, and your Kaiser Coliseum is protected so they can only summon 1 monster a turn. I haven't really done too many games with it. I'll get back to you on how well it works, but I see no reason why this couldn't work at all. And then finally, 3 Necro Valley. Again, Necro Valley is probably the most important card in the deck. It lets you use a lot of your cards, and it boosts up your monsters to be ridiculous. For traps, we run one bottomless trap hole, one mirror force, one torrential tribute, one dimensional prison, one compulse. These are all really like control-based options. They slow down the opponent, let you get over things that you won't be able to run over normally. Really good stuff. I run 3 Fiendish Chain. I run Fiendish Chain over Breakthrough Skill here because if they drop a big monster with a nasty effect, this shuts it down completely. And while Breakthrough Skill is better in certain situations, I think Fiendish Chain with the control aspect is probably better. Then we finally have Solemn Warning. It's Solemn Warning. There's not a whole lot else to say here. And then this card is ridiculous. Royal Tomb of Necro Valley is basically another Solemn Warning, but it can only be used while you have a Gravekeeper and Necro Valley out. Again, emphasizing Necro Valley's importance. It's just a really good card, though. It's probably the only reason why I came back to Gravekeepers. Never said that Gravekeepers were bad or anything. Whoops. But this card made me take another look at them and try to build this here. As for extra deck, it's really just good rank 4 deck. Like, there's not a whole lot to say here. Why is Tempo here? Well, whatever. I run 1 Crazy Box, 3k, a beat stick wall thing. Why not? And fun effects. 1 Gem Knight Pearl. You're going to want to run over 2500s every now and then. This card lets you do it with rank 4 plays. 2 number 66 Master Key Beetle. This card is ridiculous with Necro Valley. Really easy to bring out thanks to Spy, and it's a 2500 point beat stick. There's not a whole lot else to say. It's ridiculously good. Photon Palperative. I hate pronouncing that name. I'll call it Photon Butterfly for now. This little card is a good card for going up against things like the Cosmic Dragons, because you could really mess up some of the 0 attack point ones. But it also can be useful with Force reflipping Spy with Book of Moon. You flip Spy up, Book of Moon it, then you use Photon Palperative to flip it back face up to get basically 2 special summon searches. I don't do that play too much, but it's always good to have just in case you need it. 1 number 50 Black Ship of Corn. It's a rank 4, free destruction, free burn damage, and it's a 2100 point beat stick. Not too shabby. 1 number 101 Honor Arc. This is your out to everything Synchro / XYZ based / special summon based. If you're in trouble, drop this and you'll probably be able to turn it around. Really good card. I've been trying Diamond Direwolf or Terrafang Direwolf. This is just a 2000 point monster, and I probably would replace this with a second Honor Arc if I was to play ridiculously seriously. But I like this card too much. It's very cool. Just the card art of it. Next up, we have 1 Noble Sworn Beelzebub or Exciton Knight. It's a walking Black Rose Dragon type thing. You don't want to really nuke your field too often, but there's going to come times where you're going to be at a disadvantage where this thing will come in handy. And you really shouldn't be spamming the field too much where it hurts you, so it's a good card. 1 Maestroke, the Symphony Djinn. It's Maestroke, it's a Book of Moon on legs. It can protect itself. 2300 point wall, not too shabby. Abyss Dweller because screw over Mermails, because, yeah, Mermails suck. It also messes up other decks, so, and it's not too shabby. 1700, not too terrible. Not a whole lot else to say here. Gaga Cowboy because cowboys go with everything, and this card is ridiculous. Being able to become a 3k point beat stick effectively, and occasionally just being able to just shoot a person for 800 damage can come in handy. I have 1 because of this card. It's hilarious. This is another little tech choice of mine. Evil Swarm Nightmare. During your standby phase, detach 1 when your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage step, you could detach 1 XYZ material and change that special summon monster to base down defense position. It just helps you slow down the opponent's plays even more. It limits them even more, and it just works out really well. And it's Well, it's not an offensive behemoth, but 1950 defense lets you hold off a couple of things like Ryo and such. Number 30, Acid Golem of Destruction. Probably don't need this guy, but I've had situations where I've had 2 recruiters out and I needed something else to be able to run over something. 3k point beat stick works really well. Not a whole lot else to say about it. You probably won't pull them out too often, but every now and then you'll be glad you have them. Next up, this is another little choice of mine just because of the popularity of rank 7 plays. Tempo just lets you mess up opponents' XYZ plays, and it's adorable. And I really wanted to try using this guy. And I really couldn't think of anything else to play, but honestly, you could replace Diamond Direwolf with another Honor Arc, which is what I'd probably do. And then you could replace these 2 cards with 2 other rank 4s of your choice. It really doesn't matter too much. Again, really easy deck. Not too complicated to play either. You had a few flashy trick plays regarding Spy, Book of Moon, Photon Poplar Operative, etc. But all in all, it's basically get Necrovelli out, drop monsters on the field, blow up stuff, and just stop the opponent from doing anything. Really easy to play, and it's a bit of fun too once you get into it. That's it for this deck profile. Not a whole lot else to say. Leave a comment in the description, or leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about it, and enjoy. Have a great day, everyone.